Welcome back to Good Evening KU. My name is Harold, and I'm with a special guest. Miss Leti is joining us today. She is graduating this semester. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell us about, how you got to KU, where you're from.
All right, so I'm from Brazil. I'm an international student. And how did you end up in Kansas? Well, so my parents jokingly said that if I wanted to do journalism, I should do it abroad. So I applied at 7 places, and KU offered me the most money.
That's a good reason, because money is important with all these prices continuing to rise up. And your parents should know never to be, not try to be literal with a journalism student. We will take everything literally.
At face value.
So when you came to KU, did you immediately jump into Media Crossroads? Did you immediately jump into, how did you get started here?
So when I first got at KU, I was a comms major, because in Brazil they are kind of the same thing.
Okay.
And then I realized I hated it. So I applied for the J school, and we had a small orientation session, I guess, during spring, and Cal was there, and a bunch of organizations were just advertising themselves. And he talked about Media Crossroads and how it was at the Union, and I live in the scholarship hall, so that's uphill for me. So I just had there the day after, and I showed up, and he looked a little bit confused because that was a little bit into the semester, and I wasn't in any classes that required me to be there. And I was just like, I'm ready for it. Throw me at the sharks.
And he just put you on camera?
It worked out.
That sounds just like what he did to me. I came down here and I said, Cal, I want to be part of, and he's like, all right, so you're going to be on the middle of the camera. So I'm glad we're in the same boat. I wasn't the only one. Were you involved in anything else besides Media Crossroads here?
I was involved in other things on campus that weren't necessarily related to the School of Journalism. Like I said, I live in the scholarship hall, so right now I'm a treasurer for my hall.
Okay.
And I was a resident assistant. For a year, I was a research assistant for one of the faculty members at the J school. And I did a independent study with one of the faculty members at the J school.
Okay, so since you've been a part of Media Crossroads, what's one of your biggest memories, fondest memories of Media Crossroads?
One of my favorite memories of being here. Oh, there was this one day that this woman, and I forget her name now, but she was something press related to Obama, and she was here, and she was so cool, and she was wearing this awesome outfit.
Like Olivia Pope? Like Olivia Pope?
Pretty much. And she looked like she was ready to rule the world, which I'm sure she did for some degree. And she has been to all these places all over the world. And I'm pretty sure her husband works at Politico, and they're just this power couple. And I got to talk to this woman, and it was so cool. It was awesome. So that was probably one of my favorite things.
And what about overall KU? What's one of your biggest memories here?
Oh my gosh, when I ran down Mass when KU made to the Final Four. I'm a big basketball fan, so that.
Are you?
So that most things are sports related. So that I cried a little bit when KU volleyball made to the Final Four. I was there when KU volleyball won the Big 12. That was also huge. So yeah, mostly sport related things.
So now that you're about to graduate, what advice do you have to younger classmen?
I would say that for underclassmen is you are never too young to go to a career fair. You are never too young to get involved with an organization. You know what? Because if the first time you're going to a career fair, it's when you were a junior, when you could actually get an internship, you're gonna feel nervous. You're gonna look like an idiot with no confidence whatsoever. So you know what? It's better if you look like that when you're a freshman. So, so just go ahead, get your feet wet.
Great. So speaking of careers and moving on, what do you plan on doing after you graduate?
I will be a master's student at at Washington State University, a master's in communication. Yep.
And what do you plan on doing with that, degree? Do you plan on going to your doctorate? How do you plan on doing that?
So I plan to do research on how children and adolescents interact with media, especially television.
Okay.
And after that, I want to work in the industry for a little bit, then apply for my doctorate degree, and hopefully become a professor.
She's out here killing y'all. If y'all haven't gathered that from anything else, she's out here killing it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope that you are successful in everything that you do.
Oh, thank you so much. I wish you the same.
Thank you. I'm trying. It's, almost finals week. Well, that's all the time that we have. Stay with us, and we'll be back with your entertainment. And I will be joining you once again.